Okay, so the basic anatomy of the human system here with the excretory, we've got two organs, both called kidneys, and they are attached to the circulatory system through this thing called the renal artery. So the renal artery carries blood from the heart via the aorta. When the aorta branches off, so this big thick vessel here is the aorta, it branches off one on each side to deliver blood to the kidneys. This blood contains oxygen, but it also contains other dissolved substances like waste products from your cells that the body needs to get rid of. So the kidneys act as a filter. So what happens is we send this oxygenated blood that also contains some waste product into the kidneys. It gets filtered at this point, and then the clean blood, also slightly deprived of oxygen now because the kidney cells had to use some of that oxygen, leaves through the renal vein. Once the blood passes through the kidney, so the clean blood will leave through the renal vein, all the waste product that entered through the renal artery gets filtered in the kidney, and then the waste material goes through these tubes called the ureters. So the ureters are not part of the circulatory system. They don't contain blood. They're part of the excretory system. One ureter from each kidney eventually attaches to the bladder. This is where you store urine until you're able to just get rid of it. You can control that with this urinary sphincter. So it's a muscle here that helps you to control your bladder. And the bladder is kind of like a balloon made up of muscle. And when it expands, it triggers these stretch receptors. And that's what lets you know that you have to go to the bathroom. Your bladder will not explode inside of you like a popped balloon because your brain knows from those stretch receptors that it's getting full. And the kidney itself, if we looked at a cross section of the kidney, it's got a cortex, which is the outer layer. The medulla is the inner layer. The ureter is attached right here. That's where that tube carries waste out of the kidney. And then the renal pelvis. Pelvis just means a place where something joins. So just like your torso joins to your leg at your pelvic bone, at your hip bones, here's where your ureter joins up to your kidney.